Very good morning, students. Sai Ram. Welcome back to our science period. Children, you know very well now which lesson is going on. Chapter number 16, heredity and variation, isn't it? So last session we discussed about monohybrid cross, Mendel's monohybrid cross. So this session also I am going to continue that same. Okay, children. See here, first I would like to recall what is meant by monohybrid and what is meant by dihybrid cross. So mono means single, that is the cross in which only one pair of contrasting characters. Okay, so only one pair of contrasting characters. So that cross between only one contrasting character, that is called what? Monohybrid cross. Dihybrid means what? Yes, two pairs of contrasting characters. Okay, the cross in which only two pairs of contrasting characters are involved is known as dihybrid cross. So now I am going to discuss, see here children, this monohybrid cross. See here, already I have explained here. Once again I will repeat here, so that in your textbook one box is there. Okay, that box with things are there that I will teach you now. See here, you know very well now what is meant by phenotype and what is meant by genotype and what is meant by gametes. Understood, children? Yes, here that only one pair of contrasting character. Here which one is there? Yes, height of the plant. One is what? Tall plant, and another one is what? Yes, definitely short plant, that is dwarf plant. Okay, so this is the parent. This is, see here, this is the parent, that is tall plant and dwarf plant. So this tall and dwarf, that is phenotype or genotype. Very good, it is a phenotype. That means that is a physical appearance. Okay, so this, yes, genotype means what? Genes are responsible for that physical characters. Yes, that genes are called what? Genotype. Okay, children. So here see capital T, and this is what? Small t, small t. This is the genotype of parents. Understood? Yes, here that same kind of, yes, only one gamete. Here see here T and one kind of gametes are formed. Okay, because here both are capital letter T. Okay, so always, already I told, the dominant characters, that is the what? Capital letter, and recessive, that is denoted by small letter. Okay, children, and why that Mendel told that this tall one is a capital, this tall is your dominant characters? Yes, when these gametes are fused, so which kind of plants are appeared? Yes, tall plant. First one generation, that is what? First generation, that all plants were tall. So that's why Mendel told this tall and a dwarf. Which one is the dominant? Tall is the dominant. Okay, see here. So this gamete. So after the fertilization, during the fertilization, what will happen? These two gametes will fuse. Okay, see here, this is the gametes. Yes, this is the first one generation, first filial generation, that is F1. Okay, so when these two gametes will fuse, that time which one is formed? Capital letter T, small letter t. Okay, so phenotype is what? Tall. But see here, the genotype is what? Capital letter T, small letter t. So parents also one tall and dwarf, isn't it, children? So that one is what? Yes, the genotype of that parent is what? Capital letter T, capital letter T. But here also F1 generation also phenotype is what? Tall. But see here the genotype, capital letter T, small letter t. Understood now? Yes. Next one is what? Mendel did this first one generation, self cross of first one generation. Okay, first filial generation. So that means what will come? This one into again this one will cross self. Okay, children. So that time what will happen? We will see. See here, first filial generation, that is F1 is what? This one, and again here this is a parent. Okay, selfing in F1. So see here, children, this is a tall plant is crossed with tall plant of F1 generation. Okay, so this is now what? Parent. Understood now? So what is the phenotype of this one? Yes, tall, and this is what? Tall. Genotype is this one, phenotype is this one. Okay, so first time what will happen? Yes, gametes. Gametes are formed. See here, these are the gametes. See here children, this is a self cross of F1 generation, that is first filial generation. This is phenotype as I told, and these are the genotype and gametes. See here, how many gametes are formed? This one and this one, 2 gametes are formed. That same here also, capital letter T, small letter t, like this 2 gametes are formed. Okay, now see here, next one is, yes, this is these 2, that is the gametes of one parent, and this is the gametes of another parent. So during fertilization, what will happen? Fusion of gametes. Okay, so this one, as I told, 2 capital letter, that is what? T, and what is the phenotype? Tall. Okay, and next one is, yes, this one, capital letter T, small letter t, what is the phenotype? Tall. Okay, and this one is what? Capital letter T, small letter t, that is phenotype is what? Tall. And the next one is what? Here small letter t, that is recessive, that means dwarf plant. Understood now? Yes. Next one is, see here children, here theory part. So in this experiment, that means your first filial generation, in this experiment Mendel observed that all plants of first filial generation were tall. Okay, that is a capital letter T, small letter t. Okay, but he realized that tall plants of F1 generation were different from tall plants of parent 1. Okay, P1 generation. What is the difference? Yes, see here, because parents of F1 generation tall plants are tall as well as dwarf plants. Understood now? Yes. Shall we go to next one now? See here children. So Mendel concluded that factors of tall plants are dominant over the factors of dwarf plant. Okay. So in first filial generation, all plants were tall. So Mendel concluded that factors of tall plants are dominant over the factors of dwarf plants. Understood now? Though all the plants in F1 generation were tall, they contained the factor responsible for dwarfness. Okay, why? Because capital letter T, small letter t. Okay, this is the genotype of F1 generation, but that which characters are appearing is tall. So that is the dominant character. Okay, that means though the phenotype of F1 plant is tall, their genotype is what? Yes, genotype is what? Capital letter T, small letter t. Understood children? Yes. Shall we go to next one now? See here, genotype of P1, that is your parent 1. Genotype of P1 all plant is what? TT, and it produces only one type of gametes, that is capital letter T. Genotypes of F1 tall plant is what? Yes, capital letter T, small letter t. This is the main difference between yes parent and first generation, first filial generation. Okay, and it produces what? 2 types of gamete. So parent, it contains what? Capital letter T, and it produces only one type of gamete, that is capital letter T. But here in genotype of F1 generation also tall plant, but genotype is what? Capital letter T, small letter t. And here 2 types of gametes are formed. One is what? Yes, tall, and another one is what? Genes of dwarf plant. Understood now? Yes. Shall we go to next? Next one is, say here children, thus based on this we can say that in case of tall plants of F1 and see here F1 and P1 generations, though they show similar phenotype, their genotypes are different. Understood children? Yes. So children, P1 and F1 generations, what is the similar? Yes, that is a phenotype is similar. Okay, what is a phenotype? That is a tall. And the next one is what? Genotypes are different. Genotype means, yes, parent is what? This one, and this one, F1 is what children? This one. Okay, this is the difference. Understood now? Shall we go to next? Next one is, say here Mendel further continued this experiment and brought about self-fertilization of F1 generation. Okay, so F1 plants from which a second female F2 generation was produced. That means, see here, self fertilization, that is capital letter T, small letter t, capital letter T, small letter t. Okay children, this is tall, this is tall, this is a self cross of F1 generation. Okay, so here two kinds of gametes are formed, total 4 gametes, isn't it? So second female generation, that is F2. In the second female generation F2, both, that means tall and dwarf type of plants appeared. Understood? So according to the data collected by Mendel, out of 990, see here, 929 pea plants, so out of these 705 were tall and 224 were short. Okay, so total how many plants? 929 pea plants, 705 were tall and 224 were short. Understood now? Next one is, see here, so that ratio, phenotypic, see here children, phenotypic ratio, that is 3:1. Okay, that is a 3%. That, see here children, 3:1. 3 is what? Tall and 1 is dwarf. Like that, genotypic ratio, that is 1:2:1. Okay, so in F2 generation, what is the phenotypic ratio? 3:1. That is what? 3 tall and 1 is dwarf. Okay, that is a phenotypic ratio. But genotypic ratio is what? Yes, 1:2:1. Here what? Yes, this one is, that is what? Tall. That means capital letter T. Okay, and this is also tall, but the genotype is different. That is capital letter T, small letter t. And this one is what? One is what? Dwarf. That is small letter t. Understood children? See here, this box will show you clearly. See, F2 pure dominant tall plants. Okay, in F2 generation, these 3 kinds of plants were appeared. So first one is what? Pure dominant. That means, see here, capital letter T, tall plants. And here what is there? Yes, homozygous. Okay, that is a homo means what? Same. Next one is what? Pure recessive dwarf plants. That is what? Homozygous. That is also, that is what? T. Small letter t, small letter t. But one more hybrid variety, that is F2 hybrid plants, that is capital letter T, small letter t. This is the genotype, and what is the phenotype of this one? Yes, tall plants. This is what? Heterozygous. Understood now? So one pure, that is a tall, see here children, one tall homozygous and one dwarf homozygous, and next one is what? Hybrid variety, that is heterozygous. Understood now? So can you say children now, what is the Mendel monohybrid? That is, what is the in F2 generation, what is the phenotypic ratio? 3:1. Okay, tall is to dwarf. And the next one is what? Yes, genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Okay, 1:2:1 means what? 1 is what? Homozygous, that is the dominant plant. And the next one is 1:2. 2, yes, hybrid variety, that is heterozygous. Okay, and 1:2:1, that is the what? Homozygous, that is recessive dwarf plants. Understood now? Yes, shall we go to next? So children, this session we discussed about Mendel's monohybrid cross. What is meant by monohybrid cross? That is only one contrasting character. Okay, the cross between only one contrasting characters of which plant? Pea plant. Okay children, so that time what is the parent? What is meant by genotype and phenotype? And first one is what? Cross of parents, and that time gametes are formed. So fusion of gametes, so that is first one generations were formed. Okay, so first one generation, that is what? Yes, tall, and here which one is there? That genotype is what? Genotype is capital letter T, small letter t. Next one is what? Self cross of first one generation. So through that Mendel got second generation, second filial generation. Understood? And the next one is what we discussed? We discussed about monohybrid, and that is monohybrid. What is the phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio? What is the phenotypic ratio children? Very good, 3:1. Genotypic ratio is what? 1 is to 2 is to 1. Understood now? So in next session, I will teach you about dihybrid cross. Understood? So children, this chart no page number, yes, 185, that you have to write and practice. Okay, that is monohybrid cross. I hope you will do. Yes, thank you children. Sai Ram.